Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. It's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports. Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
They love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. But I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game, there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They pass the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
It is fielded right at the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Look action here with Nelson Aguilar. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Here's Jackson to throw. Throwing now, and it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Jackson on 1st down. Completes it to Aguilar. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to throw in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They're going to attack more for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. On 1st and 10, Pickett throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So following the incompletion here, 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Pickett. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. To throw on 3rd down, Pickett. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Roquan Smith drops it for a loss of 10. And it's going to be 4th and long. Sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I won't wait till the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But, you know, and that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, put it in. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Odell Beckham, 67 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the eight ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. So behind the early score, relax a little bit, and try to get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Let's go, baby. Ooh, better, man.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Roquan Smith able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the gun, Pickett. Under pressure, they got him again. Patrick Queen, he's the one that drops in this go-around. That pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
That's complete to his tight end flyer move. They stop it for 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a
That's
fast
true.
start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. Whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Bad motherfucker.
Space to run past the 20. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, 34 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 21 zip. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long...
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Down. Pickett finding Harris over the middle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The first carry now for Benny Snell. They'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Pickett. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Roquan Smith getting him once again. His third sack of the afternoon. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Roquan Smith able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy in the end, trying to squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try to duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Jackson now off the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan.
Don't worry about it, man.
In for the Ravens touchdown. Josh Oliver, his 9th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker now to add the point after. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Second drive there, they were 80 yards in 3 plays. It's capped off by the Baltimore score. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Play action. On a heavy rush, and down he goes. Roquan Smith. Who else? He's in now for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
We've got an injured Raven down there on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. They'll go with Snell here on first down. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them all, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of training.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Roquan Smith, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. On 2nd down, it's Snell. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They lose lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Back to throw. Pickett able to hit his target, Claypool. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Well, he get nothing, but leads the 4th down. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Boswell's kick is good. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. Running room at the 50. Look out. 20. Woo, yeah! And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. That kickoff return, 104 yards. And the Ravens are able to add on to their first half lead. Tucker now for the extra point. Now he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And no doubt they're the most, if not the most exciting play we'll see in this game. The kick return all the way to the end zone for 6 points. From the 6. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. There'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Looking to throw. Pickett, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And Ravens have got it. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. A stupid score, always an exciting play in football. We witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. Let's take it in at the goal line. Oh, deep in his home territory, coughs up the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. Escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Odell Beckham. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the round is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong blitz coming, and down he goes. Patrick Queen coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Throwing on 1st down. Pickett, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Ravens have got it.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll run here with Edwards. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll look to run with Edwards. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards with touchdown number 29. Too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Ravens add on. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So that drive with 4 plays. And it was polished off by the Gus Edwards touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go around.
Big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
So, Charles, we have reached the end here of the long season, Week 18, which we don't say very often, although this is not the first Week 18 that the NFL has ever seen.
Not at all, and Brandon, some of the people might be a little bit too young to remember, but back in 1993, the league experimented with giving teams 2 open weeks for the year. And we also saw Week 18 when the league was on pause for a few weeks in 2001 following the attacks on September 11th.
And he's going to be marked down short of the first down. Needed the 40, but he's a yard or 2 short. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
As we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways.
Down the number. fires. There he goes. The 20. And he is into the end zone for the Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, 89 yards. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. These two teams have met in Baltimore. You might remember earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. These guys tight end Fryermuth fell to the middle. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On first down, Pickett. And the Raven pressure too much. There he goes. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. To throw on second down, Pickett. And his throw here is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, scoring a conversion here on third down. Now a give here to Snell. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. That'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on fourth down. The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start things out with the battle for Ohio. This one at First Energy Stadium as Cleveland hosts Cincinnati. And this is a 4-point game as they've gone to the locker rooms for halftime. Joe Burrow with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we take the trip across Lake Erie to check on the Lions at home in Detroit. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers with 2 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gott.
Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
The first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot. Pretty unlikely, but you just have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Looking to throw on second down. Pickett over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, trying to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
To throw on third down. Pickett, and this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the...
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Odell Beckham, 56 yards, and the Ravens add on.
Teams always want to send messages. I think that was quite a statement there to start the third quarter.
Yeah, less than a minute in. Already that quick, long strike. They are setting the tone for the second half. Tucker with the extra point, and they will extend this big lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you're going over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side, because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now, they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Take him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he was really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll roll him out right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They go play action with Jackson. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. Oh, a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Micah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up!
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said, it hasn't been working. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Pickett. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
We see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. They'll run with Harris, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Pickett. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Roquan Smith in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Harris has it over the middle. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
Now here's Snow. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. They hand this off to Harris. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter
what. He's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, 98 yards. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic and a lot of fun to watch.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not where they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On 1st and 10, Pickett. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Pickett, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for the Baltimore touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So not only the call, but then the pickup on the other side, the score, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. John Smith coming in and dropping for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after that. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Now, very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done?
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they have it right. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Take it in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Roquan Smith coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense, and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And notice you used the word sparked, because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Pickett. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Very symptomatic of how this game's been going. The trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Nifty move. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL, except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. The Ravens on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. Eluding the pressure right. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Beckham, 49 yards. And the Ravens look poised to reach 17-0 as they add on to their lead. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, a collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Take it in at the 3. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board.
Throwing on first down. Pickett over the middle. That's caught by Claypool. 7 yards, the pickup there. To throw on second down. Pickett, and his throw is going to be incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Pickett, he finds his man, complete. That's Harris. And he will have a Steelers first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, in the 4th quarter here, you've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never give it a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. On first down, Huntley, flush to his right. He completes it to Beckham. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll try and grind some clock with Gordon. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. Now this is Beckham remaining down on the ground. And apparently in some pain. 8 yards to go on second down. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. He sets to fire deep. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his 19th touchdown now of the season. And the Ravens add on. Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it's capped off for a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched it all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
On third down, Pickett. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
There'll be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20, not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. On 1st and 10, Huntley. Big hold of the 30. It's a roll over. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Huntley's throws on target to Duvernay. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they protected well when they wanted to throw the ball. They moved people up the line of scrimmage when they wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. He will slow by one more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And deep in his own territory, coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And that might just submit it. A return for a late touchdown. Tucker now to add the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just added on to their big lead. The scoop and score always an exciting play in football. We witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From a couple yards deep, and all deep in his own territory, coughs up the football, and is picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he heard all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Being chased out left. And now they're in the hurry-up. Back to throw. Huntley, flush, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone, and you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out, and I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The drive there and spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Take it in at the 3. He will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play, and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward. Tell you what, partner, after the ice is down, he's going to be a nice, long, soaking hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. From the gun on third down. Pickett, open man off the tight end fire move. Now loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, he's going to be pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Looking to throw. Huntley, they'll let this go for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. These two teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed?
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Akello Witherspoon. And the Steelers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I would.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And this is caught. And he takes it in for the score in the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome. But a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lit, yeah, a little extra on top.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Ravens, they finish off a perfect regular season, 17-0. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll limp to the finish line a bit with a final record of 5-12. And with some high picks coming in this spring's draft, it's a team for whom a roster overhaul may be on the way. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.